Some of the girls from the offices thought of Joe as a father figure, a grandfather. One of them came to show him her wedding photos. Joe reached into the pocket of his shirt, balanced his glasses on the end of his nose, and said, "You look like a dirty fucking whore in that dress." She blushed and kissed him on the cheek. I bet she told the other girls about it over lunch, and they probably thought it was sweet. The threat of Joe's jabbing finger and scowl of derision loomed over the compound like a poisoned cloud. His office looked out over the whole yard. No one could see whether he was in there or not. It was Joe's favourite game to try and catch office workers chatting or slacking off, and then open the window and shout at them, threatening to have them demoted to gardening or building maintenance. I sat and listened to him day after day, explaining why the newspaper was bang fucking right again. These sermons would often address the cold hard fact that we were all being forced to accept Sharia law. It was the government's fault for letting the stinking, raping, murderous bastards in and then paying them a fortune of taxpayers' money to sit around building bombs. My least favourite part about his articulation of this outrage was that he used me to back it up. "Look at you student cunts," he'd say. "You're up to your necks in debt, you work when you can, you get minimum wage and you know your place and you keep your fucking heads down." Bits of food would spray from his mouth and onto the pages. He'd brush them away. This lot turn up claiming they can't eat their fucking rice because they've got a poorly hand and they get millions. Our fucking millions. I knew he wasn't looking at me for any kind of reassurance, so I'd keep my mouth shut, partly to avoid catching his flying spit. He'd throw in anecdotes. While working as a taxi driver, he'd dropped a prostitute off at a house and she'd asked him to wait outside with the meter running while she went to work. When she emerged from the house, a number of brown faces peered around the curtains, grinning. Joe told me he'd driven off as soon as he'd seen them, leaving her in a rough part of the city. He'd emptied her purse and given it to his wife as a gift. He told me this story several times, and each time he'd laugh. I'd bury myself in my book again, wishing the day away. It wasn't much of a summer. Girls bothered Joe. In his day, he'd tell me, a glimpse of stocking was as good as it got. Nowadays, horny little pricks like me could have their way with any amount of pert, willing young girls without having to earn it. "It's a waste of time you putting your trousers on," he'd screech. "We didn't have the pill then, you see. Get some sloppy bitch pregnant and you were fucked. For life." He'd tell me about the girls from his youth. Nancy McCormick, Julie Gallagher, Irene Allen. I didn't care if they were real, but the names were Joe's way of proving that they definitely were. They would have been grandmothers by that time. Some were probably dead. I drew pictures of them in my mind. Pretty, fresh faces, smiling, made up and wearing new frocks. They probably wanted to impress him. I wanted to go back into these stories, like I went into my books. I wanted to tell the girls to stay in the house, to do their homework or wash their hair. He had called at each of their houses, sweet-talked their mothers, promised to have them back by a certain hour, and helped them into the car that he'd bought with the money he'd made from driving his cab. The reason I feared for the girls in Joe's stories was because I knew about Layla O'Neill. Hi, my name's Matty Bannond. That's a passage taken from a short story called Nothing Like a Kiss, and you can read the whole story by going to the Obliterati Press webpage. Please follow them on Twitter for more new writing, and please follow me as well. Nice one.